So this is a continuation of the factor binomials lesson. On the first page, we had a table that looked very much like this, except for it didn't have the bottom row. And now what we're going to do is we're going to expand our thinking past just selling 100 t-shirts, because a marketing executive isn't going to think in terms of 100 t-shirts. He or she is going to think in a scale of tens of thousands. And honestly, we really don't know what the price increase ought to be, because it could be anything. I mean, we just figured out what it should be, but if we didn't know, we could call it X. This is the number of increases, and this was the original price of the shirt. So if I didn't make a table here, I could just say my original price plus the number of increases and say I really don't know what it is, but I'm going to figure it out with this equation. This was the original 100 shirts that I was going to share. This is the fact that I'm going to drop 10 shirts in sales for every price increase that I have. We always found our income by taking the price per shirt multiplied by the number of shirts that we sold. And I should really make that multiplication sign a dot. So 6 times 90 is what gave us 540. In this case, I am going to take X plus 5, that is the price per shirt that I have here, and I am going to take the 100 minus 10x, and that is the number of shirts that I've sold, and the price per shirt times the number of shirts that I've sold tells me what my income is going to be. If I take the income and I subtract the expenses, I get my profit. Now, you as a student are never going to be asked to write an equation like this. That's a little bit past our Algebra 1 class. But what we are going to do is we're going to ask you to kind of be able to analyze what this equation means. And then when we figure out how to simplify it, we're going to show you down at the bottom of the page why this is important to our real world scenario. So this part right here, this X plus 5, this is the price per shirt. And this right here, this 100 minus 10x, this is the number of shirts that they sell. And again, you're not going to have to figure this out by yourself. You should just be able to follow along with me. Together, this is the income from selling these shirts. This was the expense. And so income minus expenses is what equals profit. This is the income, this is the expense, and then subtracting them gives you the profit. This equation right now isn't very useful to us, but let's simplify it. This binomial times this binomial, that's what we're going to do first, because in order of operations it says multiplication comes before subtraction. I'm going to double distribute, but you could use the area model if you want to. X times 100 is 100x. X times negative 10x is negative 10x squared. 5 times 100 is 500. And 5 times negative 10x is negative 50x. And I still have my minus 500 at the end. I am going to write this equation in standard form. I am going to do it in descending order. And I'm going to combine like terms as I do it. The first term I'm going to write is negative 10x squared because that has the biggest exponent. Then I'm going to combine the like terms of 100x minus 50x and get plus 50x. Then I'm going to combine the like terms of positive 500 and negative 500 and get nothing. This is now my profit equation, which you can see is a binomial. And we've never factored a binomial before. That's why I'm going to leave this blank for now. But we have found line of symmetry and vertex from this form. And I have it rewritten right here in this table. If I want to find the line of symmetry or axis of symmetry, I use the equation x equals negative b over 2a. In this case, that would be negative 50 over 2 times negative 10. Because we have ax squared plus bx plus c in standard form. and the negative 10 is the A, and the B is the 50. This negative comes from the formula. If I simplify this, negative 50 divided by negative 20, my line of symmetry is at 2.5. And we could see on the first page, sorry about that noise, that the line of symmetry absolutely was at 2.5. But as for the vertex, we have to take this line of symmetry and we have to substitute it back into the equation in both of these places. Negative 10 times 2.5 squared plus 50 times 2.5. And with the magic of technology, my calculator did this for us and it turned out to be $62.50. That would be our max profit. So for this top point right here, that maximum profit would be $62.50. Remember that negative sign in front means that it's going to open down, which it did.